Hello all, I'll be creating the VA4 in 3ds Max. Let's get started with the rug first, and before that I'll recommend you to go to the chaos group site and see all the basic parameters and details of the VA4. Basically, I'll be creating this from the scratch. I have two reference here. First of all, I'll go through this one. So for this, let's see the fur here first, the length and the thickness and the basic appearance of the fur. So it is very soft fur with very thin hair strand. So let's get started and create the video for. Sometimes you'll face this, so in this case just click the scene explorer and it will be back, and let's select the fur. This is in the default value, all attributes are in default value. So let's go and create this rug, and let's set up the length first. Let's put it 2, let's put it 1, let's put it 0.5, and let's make the gravity and let's decrease the length. And okay, our length is set. I also recommend you to go through all these settings in the chaos group site. You can see the basic parameters here and go through all these settings. I'll also describe how these attributes work while creating this rug. So I have set up the length, and let's see the gravity. And one thing, the fur is not shown in the viewport, we can only see that in the render. So this is for the viewport, this is just for the length and gravity, just to view it in the viewport. So I've set up the length, so let's do the render. I use Vray for the rendering. Okay, where is our renderer? Here is our renderer. Let's stop this, and by selecting the VA4 you can see this attribute here. So this is how it looks in the default parameter settings, and let's do this in the IPR mode. Okay, now let's set up for the thickness 0.1. Don't make it so drastic change, make it little changes as possible. So this is very sensitive, all the settings are very sensitive to each other. So let's put it down 0.5. let's put it more down to the 0.1. as you can see, the fur is not so much thick here, so let's put it half of the 0.1. So as you can see, it is not actually thin as we want, so let's put it to 0.2. okay, and as you can see that length is same from here to here, so we can use taper to make it more thin at the top. Let's see, look at here, this will be helpful for creating the soft furs like this. And okay, let's set up the gravity now. It's pointing in the upward direction. Let's put it to 3, let's put it to 2, let's put it to -3. Now the fur is settled down. Let's see the whole render. Okay, let's go to the we are setting up like the appearance first here. So let's go to the count of the fall. As you can see, the count is very less. So pore face and pore area, there are two options for the number of hair strand. So if I put at okay, let's stop. If I put it in the pore face and default value 1, we will be seeing that each number of face will produce a single strand, that is 1 per face. So let's do the render. It is producing a single strand from the single face. So let's put it to 3. Both works kind of same, but I prefer to use pore area. Let's put it to pore area, and let's make it to 100. Okay, now it is very dense here. We are seeing this problem due to, we should set up our polygon to the smooth. We should put it to turbo smooth, so it will not be facing where the polygon normal are facing. So let's stop and let's put the turbo smooth here. Okay, and let's save it once to the new version, and let's do the render. Now the jagged part is gone. This is due to the face normal, so we should it was jagged, the model was jagged, which don't have enough number of polygon to be bending like that. So as you can see that 4 is almost okay for us. So thickness and length is done for now, and let's go for the variation type of the bend. Here you can see the bend in various direction, not so much with a little amount of bend value. So let's stop it, and let's for the Vray we'll be using maps to control the appearances. So it is very important to know about the maps, and let's import the color map here, because we need RGB map for the bend directions, so that we can achieve this kind of result. Okay, now let's import the bitmap here, and let's import the map. I'll be using this map, so it should be in the RGB color. So let's assign this here, and let's check the let's change the tile 50, and let's view it in the viewport. Okay, what is happening here? Okay, and now let's not render the 4, and let's start rendering. What is happening here, guys? Use real world skill. Okay, the UV is in the real world skill. So again, this is not okay. Let's change the tile value. Okay, you can see the map tile position here. So Let's assign the color correction map here. I'll tell you why I'm putting this color correction map here. Now we can see the placement of map, for which we'll be using it for the bend direction. So let's stop this and let's bring it back to the renderable, and let's put it in the top view. Okay, and let's do a render. We'll see how the map will work in the bend direction. Okay, let's do the small number of region. We can also see the differences here. So basically there is two colors here. One is like off-white and one is a little more brighter than that. And okay, this is before applying the map. So let's assign this map to the bend direction, and we can see the direction of for okay, there is change in the direction. And why this this is happening, because in this case the color may be more saturated here. So to bring this more like upward, you should go to the saturation or contrast of the colors, by which we are controlling the direction here. So let's take this and let's bring it down the saturation, and now this will be gone. Okay, now let's see the direction here. The direction will be more random than previous. Okay, this is it, and let's compare here. This was this was before applying the map, and this is after applying the map. Now we can see the differences of the map working in the bend direction. So let's now make the tile of our bitmap more bigger. It's 70/70, because there is not so much variation here, so we are just simply changing the tile value. Also, it is also very important in the appearance of so now let's go for the color. Let's assign this material. Let's see how this color is also working. See, because of the different color values, the for are in the different directions. You can see it here. Let's look. Okay, now let's choose the color here for the rock. Vray color. Let's make it to diffuse. Okay, let's put it to more bright. Okay, let's do the render here. Let's make it the bucket. we are not close enough to the appearance of alpha. It is more white, and we'll be changing we have changed the direction. Now we are working for the color now, and let's search for the map, which will be more white and black kind of mask. Let's go to the okay, let's go to the my computer maps. Okay, let's see this kind of variation mask. Okay, let's put this, let's copy it, dirt, let's import that, let's stop this. Let's import that map, dirt, and let's see the position of the map here. Okay, now we can see the difference here. Okay, now let's render out the map position of our marks for the color variation, little bit of color variation. Let's make it more big, 80. Okay, now let's go and bring down the mix here. Let's see how the map is working. Mix amount, let's put that here, and let's bring out two colors. Just for the clarification, I'll assign it red, and I'll assign this color, so you can see here. And now we should apply output for the better control of the mask. So let's go down and enable color map, and let's bring it more down, see what will happen. Okay, now we'll be creating in this red color, we'll be assigning the off-white color. So let's do this, and let's go to that, and for this we will apply the white color. Let's make it to default. Now you can see the two colors here. There is the variation of two color. Okay, now let's make it more brighter. For this, sometime the video color won't work, and let's try it for the color correction here, and make it more brighter. Let's put it 5. The color difference will be gone, washed out. So be careful while putting the values here. I'm putting large number of values. Okay, let's do the render quickly. Okay, now the render, let's see, we'll be seeing two colors here. One is off-white and one is white. So talking about the brightness, we are not so close enough as compared to the brightness of this rock. So we achieved the softness and length, and now we should watch over the color parameters. So I just want the color variation here. So it's dark, there should be white, more white. Okay, now let's stop. And if this color also won't work, then assign it to the self illumination, and let's do a render out. Because it's I applied it to the self illumination because it kind of looked like more fluffy and more, glow than this. Okay, let's compare. Let's see the difference here after applying it to the self illumination. Let's stop it and let's increase the value of self illumination here. Go to the map and 200. Let's render it. Now we can see a bit more brightness in the fur. White fur is like it take times for rendering, and it is also very hard to achieve results in white fur. Okay, now it is more brighter than before, and as you can see that number of fur strand is visible, and direction is also in the random ways. So okay, now let's make it a little bit more brighter with slight yellow undertone in the color. So let's put this. We can also go to the GI and increase the number of GI for the white fur only, just but not for many others. So I'll be doing self illumination 250, and let's apply the touch of slight yellow color. So let's do this. And let's increase, let's put it to 10, and let's do OK, and let's see the render again. Now it is more brighter than previous one. let's make it more fluffy, and it kind of looks like more fluffy, like it look like cotton. So we currently in our render we can see the strands somehow. So let's decrease the thickness of the fur. Let's go to the minimum value 0.001 and just decreased our thickness, and then let's increase the number of fur here. Let's put it to 500, and let's do the render again. Let's make it more like cotton for ball. Let's do the comparison here. As you can see that it is more like wool here. So okay, we are not able to view the direction here, put direction of the force. So let's stop it and increase the, this is the map. Let's increase the contrast. This will bend more force here. It is like the bend value but randomly. Oh sorry, let's stop it and let's go to the another view and let's render out. In this view where you can see that it is very bright as compared to top view, so we'll decrease the self illumination again here. But let's see how the maps are working, how random the variation of the fur is looking. Basically we didn't do anything much more here. We just set up the length, thickness, and the number of count and the bend variation. Because of the colorful color variation map, bend direction map, we can see that how the fur are bending in different direction and the amount of bend in the fur. Let's keep it here. It looks like cotton here. It looks like made of cotton. We can also see the tips of the fur here. Okay, we can see the bend of our force. So let's tone down the brightness of our for. Let's make it to 200. The self illumination. It is toned down a bit, and let's apply the yellow kind of color in our rug. So let's do the IPR. Let's add I toned it down it too much. And let's increase the thickness to 0.3 because we have also increased the number of fur count. So let's make it okay. Okay. Now let's do the render here. Save it. Try to create the fur in by changing the less number of attributes. We just change the length here and thickness and taper and just the hair count also, and we put the map here in bend direction for the variation of the far direction. So let's do the render in both views, top view and perspective view. Let's wait. I don't know what is happening. Okay. Let's see the color here, and you can see the softness also and the direction, bend in the direction. So this is for creating the white force log. So let's end this here and let's create another for like this kind of appearance, which have this kind of appearances. Okay guys, that's it for now.